This is a fun topic for me. So I tried to not to bloviate because it's easy for me to go off on wild tangents and using strange new words talking about it. But I'm just thinking about how your thoughts affect reality. And for a long time, well, there's a period of time where I'd say your thoughts create reality and manifest reality. And there, what the bleep do we know? Huge documentary in 2006, 7 that really influenced me. I let it really influence me. But the truth is that your thoughts affect reality. They do. And I think this is why. I've sort of deduced it, that when you have a new thought or a perception, just either way, either you're commenting on what you're perceiving, which is like thinking, or you're actually perceiving, it's creating like changes in your neurons, your neural pathways. What's either happening is like they're changing position, or slightly, or they're activating other ones that had been dormant, or they're firing faster or slower because there's this new perception. And all that change, and it's in your muscles and your heart and your stomach and your brain, is changing the magnetic field that your body is producing. It's a resonance field that's given off as a result of the magnetics inside. And so that resonance field is affecting other people within it, other things within it. And that it could be a very large field, very, very large. If you watch it the way magnetic fields look, there's in the center this one, like the fields are going out and around, and then in the very center, there's one that goes straight up to the next layer of magnetic fields. It's as if they're all connected. So your resonance field, other people are within it. And so their vibrations, their actual neuronic, behavioral patterns are being affected by this resonance field, this alteration in the resonance field with your new perception. And so their potentially neurons are being bent towards the way your neurons are. It's possible. And so there's this like affectation. When people have dreams, all of a sudden they're inspired with something that's been going around, and this word that maybe someone else came up with, someone else thinks about, And I wonder about the power of that and how to enhance it and to amplify it, because I think when your body becomes snapped to the spirits that are guiding it, what's happening is there's this potentially this high frequency density beings, these spirits that have these high frequency vibrations that we don't necessarily see with our five senses, but are producing resonation fields as well that we're within. And so they're altering our neuronal vibrations with dreams and inspiration, or whatever you want to call it, these spirits that come. And, good or bad, whatever, but you align with the good spirits. And when your body's aligned with good spiritry, it's like they trust you, and you web that, they become one with you, and they will change with you, and you can alter the spirits, and then they'll help everyone because they're sending out wide nets, these high frequency domes of perceptual shifts that they're altering on all the animals and planets and things. And it's funny, I was thinking of plants, but I said planets, but it's both. And so you create feedback with the spirits with trust, and that's it. It's like a dangerous game. Like, don't play with fire, but people do use it, and spiritry is real. It's like if you're a real person and you speak the truth and you're forward about it, whenever, it's a lifestyle, but you got to learn discernment. The spirits find that very funny because they don't have discernment. They just know. But so you learn discernment and you apply it, that realness, and the spirits like that. And then your beliefs become reality. Like what you say to the people is going to happen, happens. And it's not a one-to-one, not every time, but it starts to happen more when you say this is going to happen. I've noticed that. So now I'm wondering if there's that, because that snap resonation field is like there's this trust buildup between you and the spirits. Now that I think of spirits as like actual density entities, like there's actual being of thing. It's not just a vapid illusion. I've seen it, I did DMT. I think I've interfered with them on other, but I actually was in the room with them in the field within their like generation chamber or wherever I was. It was like on a spaceship. It was pretty cool. So I vaped DMT, the actual crystal, and it wasn't enough to break through. Didn't get the element hot enough or whatever. Just enough to peer through the veil, they say. This changed me pretty hard about a couple years ago, a year and a half ago, where I actually was with the spirits while they were talking to me, communicating with me. They were like my thought. I could having conversations with them with my thoughts, and they were responding with their thoughts with their way. And after that, I was like, okay, so actually maybe there are entities doing things. And I'm still not sold on it. I don't know 100%, but like sometimes you got to take calculated risks. And I'm willing to stake some faith on this right now. If I come off looking like a fool later, well, at least I was like looking at it from one perspective that maybe was flawed through this, this human visage, this warping field of presence of self that I can't escape. My body that's tainting my thoughts. So I don't know, maybe they're real, but they seem pretty cool when I was there. But it's up to you. When you go to experience the spirits, you have a choice. How are you going to feel when you go there? Because that's how they're going to be. And that's what I'm talking about. Your resonation, you're changing your thoughts, your perceptions. It's altering the resonation field, which is immediately altering the spirits. They are that resonation field. They are like wrapped in it and through it and within and without it. So you change the field, you set the presence, and then you arrive, and they are what you have created. They're not going to be. You don't get to say like, you're going to be a donkey, and you're going to be. Well, maybe you can. I don't know, but they are what they are. But the way they are is up to you. And I think a lot about that with humanity and human interaction too. Because if you go into a conversation with an upbeat, with that open, it comes off good. You don't even have to say a lot. You can think it. You think responses if you don't know the language, and just like laugh along and feel their vibe. But if you have that upbeat, that open, man, so do with the spirits. Oh, a lot about it's being honest. That's the hard part. If you want to be a spiritual leader, and because it's humiliating, but live a life that you can be honest about. These are like to the best of your ability. No one's perfect. And then be honest about it. Openly on the internet, in internet video. I thought it was a crazy experiment, but it made me less afraid to be humiliated in conversation. So I have a more driven, strong belief center of self, because I'm like, well, I mean, you can't humiliate me more than I've already done, man. Like not right now. You can try. I mean, I'm open, humility is a virtue, but do it to yourself or someone's going to do it to you. Maybe that's it. You got to live an entirely virtuous life, because I'm not there. I would never claim to be like a spiritual leader, guru. YouTube tried to do the guru tag on your channel in 2007. I just felt very sheepish about putting it on. I was like, I'm not. Who's to say you're a guru? The first one that says it, is the least gurific of the group, because you really got to align with all the virtues. And I'm not just talking about Catholic virtues. You got to go down the list. Fasting. You want to be a spiritual conduit? Baby, you got to open up your body. And that means get rid of those seed oils. Probably vitamin D, the sun. It's those photons hitting your body that's transferring information to the surface plasmon, which is then transmitting it to the electrons. And so your body's getting this electronic information from the sun, which is probably the way the spirits, they spin the sun, and then it fires it in like a golf ball, like they're playing a sport, into your body through it, and then your heart beats every time it passes through you, or something like that. It also can cause earthquakes and volcanoes, so you got to be on good terms with the spirits. I'll see you later. Like I said, this is fun. I could go on and on. Well, I just did.